Hello, everybody. Today we got a match. You read the title. It's gonna be Ku versus Uni. Um, Two very formidable players. I'll get into like the results soon if the game actually fucking starts. But yeah, alrighty. So I wanted to talk about the results of these players before like the actual hard stuff comes on. Uni has been doing really well in 1v1s. Um, Beating Owen, beating Mia. Those are mainly the two like players that come to my head. Um, Ku Ku in 1v1s is interesting. I think he's been notoriously troll when it comes to the 1v1s, if you get what I'm saying. Um, yeah, but I think in group stages or group tournaments, he actually performs pretty decent. So yeah, we're gonna see how he does in this tournament. I think half of the people are like, okay, well, Q is like probably better than him or than Uni. I mean, so he might win, but I think another half is like Q definitely just trolls, whereas I think Uni is this overall way more consistent player in and outside of tournament. Um, and it's really what's important right now. So yeah. I don't think these guys have ever faced off before directly. However, I'm pretty confident that Q has lost to Mia before, and Uni has actually beaten Mia before, so indirectly you could say that Uni has kind of the like upper edge in here. Um, but of course anything can happen. These results were a long time ago, and obviously both of these players have improved a lot in the recent years, or just recent months. So yeah, let's see how they perform now. 2.5 seconds, nothing interesting here. Only interesting thing that could happen is Stripes, of course, the best map in the game, but the chances of that happening are very low. I don't think either of these guys are gonna be going for RNG unless they're down a point, of course. They seem very just standard spots. Maybe Uni can go for a bit more safe spots, whereas I think Q is gonna be a bit more of a risk taker. Okay, well here we go. 1.5 seconds cross. What do we get? Light gray, easy color. Ooh, did you guys catch that? Q was already predicting the middle color, or reacted wrong there. So you can definitely tell that the nerves are already hitting him. Whereas Uni just made like the normal reaction. Right, 1 second should still be doable. Yep, background color, easy peasy. Okay, half a second. Neither of them are gonna go for luck. This is a 3 block jump, and they get RNG. Unfortunate. Alright, so we're on game two now. Hopefully my frames don't die. But game one was kind of lame. Nothing really interesting to talk about other than to see that Ku was really heavily predicting there on these like harder floors, which you see a lot of players do. Personally, I even do that. Nurno does that. And yeah, Ku does it. Um, you're just like in your mind, you're trying to remember the harder colors. And yeah, that way you will be reacting to these colors more, I mean, more quickly maybe, or more properly, or you get the feeling that you're more prepared for the colors, even though I think personally that's usually not even the case. I think it's good to take a quick glance at it, but if you try and overthink it, that's when you start predicting, and yeah, that's not really what you want. Alright, 2.5 seconds on the clock. We're just gonna get some easy floors right here. No stripes for them, it seems. Yep, no stripes. Um, yeah. Um, I hope this game will give us some harder floors, maybe a little bit less RNG, speed 11, speed 12, maybe a crit here and there. Um, but yeah, let's just see how this plays out. 2 seconds should not be a problem at all. It's even possible in a single second, so 2 seconds should never be an issue here. Alright, Q was kind of split up there from Uni. That's another thing I can talk about later. But they still have like the same corner, so that's fine. 1 second static might be a little bit difficult. And cool, oh my, he did not go to the close. 1 second intersects though, who is gonna fill this? It's gonna be a hard color. Yellow is very easy, so yeah, they will both make that. Of course, half a second pixels. This is a very difficult one. And it's black, and they both make it. Okay. Then they have to run all the way from the corner to middle. Is this gonna be fine? And they both make it. Wow. Impressive gameplay right here. Alright, we're in game 3. Gonna talk about the last round real quick. There was this small interaction that I found pretty interesting where Uni is opting to go for the correct position, um, even though it gives her less time to actually react to the color. Whereas Ku is the opposite, where he thinks, okay, well, if I already have the exact same spot in one position, um, why would I run over to the other side, right? Because yeah, but that little bit can actually make a difference in a real match. There was once a match I think I played against Zach. It was Block Party, and I made the same play. I was like, cool, I can just stand here. And then Zach had the better positioning. The next round, it ended up beating Zebra. If any of you guys know what map that is the very long. It's basically like stripes in this game. And I was lucky that it wasn't a color that only he could get. But yeah, it was very close. But obviously, um, yeah, in Pixel Party, the positioning matters a bit less because you have less asymmetrical floors, and less like differences in the actual spots or like positions. Whereas in Block Party, the yeah positioning is a lot more important. Um, but obviously, yeah, I just got lucky that it wasn't a color that only he could get. That would have been a point to him. Um, but are we gonna see that in a Pixel Party match? I have not seen it yet, but maybe this is my first time. Oh well. Like here, they're a bit split up. They both opt to just like see, this could be something. But of course, it's nothing because it's Pixel Party. But yeah, you also see a slight difference in the spots over there. Q opts stand a bit more forward, making the more inside hard color easier, whereas Uni stands a bit more backwards, making the color behind you a bit easier. Small changes like that really do matter when it comes to 1 second. Maybe that wasn't even on purpose by either of them. But yeah. 2 seconds on the clock. Seems like we're not getting stripes today either. That's sad, of course. I'm quite interested how why Uni decides to look that way, but all right. Two, first pretending to go for the power up. Oh well, 1.5 seconds, very easy floor. I doubt they're gonna fill this. Nice. Um, 1 second on the clock, pretty easy floor as well. Let's see if they get something hard. Nope, we get a very easy floor. I doubt either of them is gonna fill this. Yep, and they both make it. Ooh, stripes, half a second though. Is somebody gonna go for luck? No, they're not. They're just playing it safe and they both get it. Yep, they both get yellow hair. This one might be a bit difficult. Are they kind of messed up? Do they have to move now? And nope. Ooh, a little pre-jump by Q, but yeah. Both making it. Very well played. Alright, I want to talk about the last game a bit. The difference in the intersect spots is something very interesting. We already got intersect on 1 second earlier, but it didn't get to show like the differences between these two spots, where um there would be a theoretical best spot, and I think neither of them actually stand on it, unless like the model is like fucking it up. But um, yeah, they both have their slight differences, which really could play out in like the long game, especially in a format like this where we have a 5 game cap, and then if, of course, if it's tied, it's a tiebreaker, and then we get like tiebreaker games. But um, yeah. So see how they're a bit different. I think Ku is in the theoretical spot, or maybe Uni. I can't even tell. I didn't see the name correctly, but I'm sure one of them is in the correct spot, and one has their own variant. Um, but yeah, a little difference like that can actually just win you a match. If it's, for example, um, the color behind everybody, like this big line over here, right? Um, let's just say Uni makes it because of her position and Ku doesn't. Um, yeah, that's just the game. And these like more higher levels of like this higher level gameplay, we're not often gonna see like a 3-2 game after 5 games. That's never gonna happen. Um, it's just simply because yeah, better players just fail less, and there's lesser room to actually score points. Maybe it's with RNG, but you can't really consistently score with RNG without actually losing points yourself. So, yeah, that's why a single point is so important in this format. Alright, we got 2.5 seconds here. I'm praying for stripes, but I doubt it's gonna be it. Yeah, okay. Um, Pond shouldn't be an issue here. Yeah, not an issue at all. Um, I think that's also an interesting thing. You both see that they kind of stood where they already were, and I also believe that they were also standing or consciously standing very much near Lycra. I know Q does that. I don't know if Uni does that, but yeah. That. Oh wait. Anyways, 1.5 crates is gonna be very impressive. It's gonna be white. Oh, that's so lame. Um, yeah, there was definitely a chance for a point there. 1.5 seconds crate is a very hard floor, but of course we only know that yeah, Rawat is the only person who makes that jump. So um, yeah, I mean, it would have been a tie anyway. Either way, Q with the pre-jump really helps him with positioning here, but it doesn't matter because it's an easy color. Both of them know the spot, yet should not be a issue at all. Neither of them pre-jump. Good, no panics there. Well played from both players. Alright, we're on round 4. I wanted to say about last game, or like this something like I noticed is that crew pre-jump swim more often, where Uni usually just like stands on the edge or is just chilling. Um, on most floors, that's fine. I think definitely in this game you can get away with it a lot more. However, as we saw just now, that last floor, or second to last floor, the first speed 12 where it was dark gray, if that was any of the hard colors to the right of you, that would have been very difficult for Uni. Of course, it would have been for Ku as well, but it's a lot easier when you can kind of mentally prepare for the colors. Or, yeah. By the way, I just want to give credit to both of these players for, in my opinion, improving a whole bunch over the last little while. I feel like both of these guys have, yeah, just improved a lot. When I think of Ku, I think of him walking off. When I think of Uni, I think of spots that people in the Stone Age used. But both of these players have learned from their mistakes. I hope so. um or at least it looks like it. So yeah, seeing them like improve now, like they haven't missed a single jump yet. um yeah, very cool to see. Very yeah, it really makes me happy. 2.5 seconds here. Yeah, I doubt we're gonna get anything special here. No, it's Sun, that's what he wants on 1 second, but we're not getting that probably. But 2 seconds on the board. Still, we're only really hoping for stripes here, because it's the only floor that isn't even possible on 2 seconds, and that makes the spot like really hard. 1.5 seconds on this floor. This one is 1 second viable. So yeah. Bro 1v1 for 2 hacker. They're so right. 1.5 seconds spawn pond. I don't think anybody is gonna fill this. They did not. It was green, was a pretty easy color. 1 seconds on the 1 second on the clock, yeah. Pretty easy floor. Static, you really need to make sure you're in the correct position with this one. Cool. Okay, Uni already sending out half a second. Sun, pretty easy. Q, whoa, very delayed jump from him. But it's fine. Q going for the better positioning spot for no fucking reason at all. But he still makes it. Um, yeah, that round wasn't that interesting. I'll keep it up, Buck. We really did not get any hard floors there. So yeah. So because after the 5 games, the score was still 0-0, we're now getting into a tiebreaker. Which just means that is a best of 1 basically, which is obviously very scary. Make one mistake and you're completely dead. Of course, if you get punished for it. Okay, Aku is alive. So what happened last game, if you listen to what I said, um, I was right about Q on that Sun jump. He was indeed lagging and it started with Sun. He quickly restarted his rounder, so we're all good now, hopefully. He's still, I get the feeling that he's like either texting somebody or he's like doing something with the settings, but he's like standing still all the time. Okay, now he's back. Um, but yeah. Last round it's kind of just yeah, just jumps. Nothing insane. I feel like on whoa, what was that? I feel like on a floor like 1.5 seconds grid, that's one where Uni might just lose just because of positioning. Um, like the floor is literally like impossible to make because of for example, ending in here because of pixels, for example. It's just the best spot, and it's 1.5. You have to run all the way to the exact middle of the map just to be able to make like something over here, which is yeah, you don't want that. Um, yeah, probably impossible. Depends on the position, of course. Where Q might also be on that same island on pixels over there. He might pre-jump. He might make it. He might still fail it because of it, or it might just be a random corner color that both of them make it. Um, both of them make. It. Yeah, 1.5 seconds on the clock. So yeah, if Grid Game comes on right now, they both should be able to make it, but it of course does not. 1 second, we're waiting for a cross, a sun. Um, this is a 6.5, so this should be very doable for both of these players. Yep, they're just making it. Here we're gonna get a difference in positioning. I expected that. Q always goes here, which is better for positioning. Ooh, half a second though. This is a 5.5. They both know the spot. Do they make it? Then it's RNG. I do want to say that it is unfortunate that some of these games are just like lost to RNG. They go for the optimal spot that gets statistically the most picked, if we were to count it, but yep, that's not how statistics work. So yeah, you just still have to deal with the fact that you lose. Whoa, Ku just got lag back from pre-jumping. That is crazy. I don't know if Q's internet is still fine. I don't know if it's maybe just a pre-jump thing where you pre-jump too early and fell through the floor and got TV'd back up. That if if that were to happen to me in tournament, I'd be shitting bricks. But yeah, I I think most of the nerves have gone down by this time. At least that's how it is for me. I think the first like let's say like 5 games, plus minus, um, are the most stressful, and then after that, I just kind of get into the flow of okay, I just have to play this game, do what I always do, um, and then like the nerves are still there, of course. Don't get me wrong, but um, it's definitely a lot less, and definitely like in these earlier rounds where in the first couple of rounds I'd still be my heart would still be pumping, um, but of course later on it that only really happens in like speed 12 or like a hard speed 11. Q, I don't know who he's texting, but they they must have some really important role, or I don't know if he's trying to fix the settings or what it is, but yeah, who knows. Definitely cannot pull those things off in like a layer round. That can really mess up your positioning, especially for maps like Stripes and Grid, of course. 2.5 seconds. We're not getting Stripes. That's sad. We've only gotten Stripes once in this this set yet, which is kind of sad to see. And it was on speed 12, and neither of them went for luck, which is completely fair. Um, But yeah, because it's speed 12, it's really hard to really do anything on there. Um, ba ba ba. All right, so light grade 1.5. It's not gonna be grade. He's just he's just fucking around. I don't think Q seems to be a lot less nervous, but I can't tell if that those are his true feelings or if he's just pretending like it. 1 second sun though. Here we go. Q is going for the 10 block. Uni isn't. It's sign. Q has to make this 10 block, and he fills it. Uni wins the set. Let's go, Uni. Very well played. This is really a really good example of, I think, honestly, overconfidence or making the game too hard for yourself. You see, Uni knows her limits. Oh my god, this fucker's calling me. I was gonna say, um, yeah, this is a good example of Uni knowing her limits, not doing anything that is too difficult, too out of the box. Whereas Uni or as Ku just kind of went for it. Of course, you have to have the balls to do something like that. Um, but yeah, of course it's just because of the nerves. Even though you might make it in normal games or you make it on a practice server, doing it in a tournament is a lot different because of the environment. So yeah, I think that's the biggest lesson we learned from this tournament. So yeah, we'll play the both players, and I think Uni plays Will now, and I don't know who Q plays, but yeah, GG's, and thank you for watching.